This is a lesson that I chose to teach because it is something that you will see in the curriculum, the state-mandated curriculum of Wonders, and it's taking those concepts and strategies and skills and teaching them in a way that is a little bit more kid-friendly. So it was one way that I wanted to show teachers how you can teach those things and maybe how you can deviate from the Wonders curriculum, so taking the ideas and concepts and making them your own. The large sequences, kids need to be able to comprehend grade level text, and so we are reading a class novel called Crash, and the kids are going to be practicing a couple strategies today. One is going to be visualizing what they're reading, which is developing comprehension of what they've read, and another is going to be making inferences based on what they've read, and so taking what they've read and drawing conclusions based on what they know prior about the characters or the scene. And so being able to put those actually into use and developing their own illustration of the scene, of the text, I guess. Afterwards, they may not finish their project today, but I will have them kind of share out what are you visualizing, what did you see, what is your intent, what are you going to put on your paper, what are the inferences that you're making off this scene. Or because the scenes that I've picked out are kind of like influential scenes in the whole big picture of the story. So kind of gauging them in that sense, having them turn and talk to a partner, having me hear a few, calling on kind of those few key kids who I want to see, like, are they really getting what we're doing? And that'll give me a good sense of if we're having some understanding about visualizing and inferences. Setting clear expectations about, first we're going to be in reading groups and reading in reading groups, and they know, because we've done it before, what is appropriate and what is not. I usually have to kind of maintain and manage that noise level, because as kids read the book it's kind of funny, so they'll get elevated and I have to kind of bring them back down. But they're used to it and they know what to expect, but setting out kind of clear outlines, like when you're done with this, here's what you're going to do, so there's not a lot of lag time, and giving them the outline of what we're doing prior, kind of so they can anticipate what's going to come. Those are all ways that you can set kids up for success and be preventative in behavior.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. So one is, what are you visualizing, right? What are you seeing? What's happening in this scene? What's happening as you're reading? What are you picturing in your head? And often I'll stop the kids and say, okay, picture, what do you see right now in your head? Close your eyes, what do you see? So it's practicing that visualizing, and what are you seeing? And also, like, what can we infer based off what we've read will be some of those main questions. I think anytime kids get to draw or write or put their own ideas onto paper in a way that is creative is engaging. It's not me giving them a quiz or giving them a test. It's, okay, show me visually, what are you seeing in your head in this scene? And then show me and share with me an inference that you've made. So I think it's engaging in the sense that it's allowing them to be creative. And it's hands-on. They're going to get to paint and draw or color or markers. It's going to probably get a little wild, but that'll be okay, you know? It's not so constricted, I guess. So it's useful in the sense that they are taking written language and they're putting it into an actual picture. And so it's taking more than just having words in a book and putting it into, like, what are they actually seeing in their own heads? Because when we read, you and I as adults, we are able to kind of paint those pictures in our minds. For kids, we have to visually walk them through that. You know, what are you seeing? Like, what does the guy look like? What does our character look like? Because it's not a picture book. They don't know. And so they're really engaged in this book, and they've loved the book so far. We're about halfway through. So this is a way for them to kind of put those pictures that they've been kind of formulating in their head onto paper, and then being able to draw some inferences based on what they're writing and what they're reading.